So without further ado, we are going to watch a series between these great Koreans. On the top hand side, you got PFC, which unironically stands for Porno for Cats. They often call him number one, PFC number one. And let's find out if he's going to be number one today as well. He's starting out with some conscripts, some Soviet gameplay up here in the north. And on the south hand side, we got a person that was seeded rank 2 in the tournament. His rank 1 seed went to Kimbo. This is of course Ashablois. Played in many tournaments already, won I think a tournament as well. And always a very fun to watch player. Also playing from Korea. And Ashablois is playing here with the Grenadiers from the Austria faction. Guys might be wondering why there are no commandos visible. The players are using a mod which adds 18 custom commandos to the game. But the way the mod works is that it doesn't show up here on the replay, on the spectator mode. So unfortunately I can't show you the commandos here. I can show them to you a little bit later in the game if I toggle the observer HUD and we go into the player perspective. First engagement here on the right hand side of the map. Here we are today on Emily Fields. MG42 sets up. But those conscripts are behind heavy cover, so there won't be much damage done. No suppression either. And the MG42 is already flanked, so Asha is forced backwards for the moment. Grenadiers dropping as well. A painful engagement for Ashablois. MG forced away, also loses a model. Now finally finds a defensive position to set up. Extra Grenadier for support. And the Pioneers also here. But while in the north we had the green cover position in favor of PFC, here in the south we got the green cover position in favor of Ashablois.
We have a fresh Grenadier squad.
So far, I would say PFC is favored, has good map control, has 4 cons out, double engineer as well, has the flamethrower upgrade, it's gonna give some extra power. And only lost 2 models so far. Ooh. Grenadier forced off, and Ashablois going for the double MG. Before even tacking up. That's interesting play. Once again, MG has been found and is forced back to base. Without the suppression, the cons can close in the distance with support of that flame or engineer. And a good start here for PFC. Guess this is the reason they call him number one. Good aggression. For the people who are wondering why PFC started with double engineer, if you get double engineer out, it means you can capture a lot of the map. You have 2 squads that can lay mines, and it often leads to a fast T70, where one of the 2 engineers can have the minesweeper to try and find those tellers. Ashablois coming back out of the base here, strong now with the double MG. And forcing away a couple squads of PFC. Very low health, but full model Grenadier. This is basically free manpower, ladies and gentlemen. Hasn't lost any models there. Can build the medic bunker right now, upgrade it, and heal those squads up without having to pay any manpower. So that's gonna help a lot. Thank you for the follow, by the way, Ryan Parsons. Welcome to the stream.
Now a field hospital.
Ooh, nice mine there. Killing a couple models there. PFC maintaining the neutrality of the fuel on the right hand side. So Ashablois a little strapped here for income. Only 30 munitions, 19 fuel.
Our opponents are
While
seizing
PFC is going hot. Probably also has the medics out.
production upgrade accomplished.
See, medics are already up. Support weapon campaign is also up. And here we go. Already at the 5:40 minute mark. The Tankayov battalion command. Out of this building, of course, comes the T-70. And it needs 1 minute of fuel and manpower to get it out. So we're gonna see a quick T-70. And meantime, Ashablois just got down the light mechanized companion, where she has access to the 222, the PAC 40 and the 251. Don't think she had any time or munitions yet to plant down any tellers, so if the T-70 comes, it's gonna be quite uncontested. So no AT got first, still going for the 222. So sticking to the build order. 222 of course can do a bit of damage versus the T-70, but in a straight up fight the T-70 will win. Has better armor and better damage output. Also a lot more expensive than the 222, right? It costs an extra 40 fuel and 60 manpower. But there are Faust available on the side of Asha. So hopefully Asha will be able to Faust the T-70 to make sure it's not too active on the field. So T-70 timing at the same time as the 222. That's painful. And already conscript grenade package coming up, giving access to both the Molotovs and AT nade. Look at that. There's a telemine. And while Ashablois making mines, but 222 hits a mine, so it's already out of action. MG forced away on the left hand side, so T-70 already doing good work. Those sweepers are quite close to the mine. Let's see where they go. No, looks like they're going backwards.
Now we can sweep for enemy mines.
Ashablois also feeling the pain here of all those mine hits, so decides to get the hazard removal package as well. This also increases the repair speed a bit. It's gonna help keeping that 222 on the field. Oh, it's close, but spotted. And minus 50 munitions right there. Harass here on the left hand side for PFC. Gonna deny the munitions income. And Ashablois really needs the munitions income. She has those grenadiers. None of them have been upgraded yet. MG in the center, together with that wire, preventing the heavy cover position, suppressing the cons. Now let's see what the PFC decides to get next. Personally thinking a Ziskan would be handy for the indirect fire and to help against the 222, and indeed the Ziskan is in the build here. And PFC just continuously laying those mines down. Already placed one on the right hand side again. And there's more mines on the field than Ashablois can sweep with only one sweeper. Packen connects with the T-70 here, so good first shot. Forcing the T-70 off for a bit. An interesting pick here for Masha, going for a sniper. PFC doesn't have straight up access to a counter sniper. That of course comes out of the tier 1 tag structure, the special rifle command. But you don't need to be able to go up to tier 3, so a lot of people always just skip it. Because it doesn't really add much to your game if you don't want to go for Pinos or the M3. But PFC is gonna need to find a way to deal with the sniper here. More mines popping off. That's minus 60 manpower once again. It's very painful. That's really the power of the Soviets. Having access to those 30 munition mines who usually take out 2 models. Another grenadier coming up here as well. And PFC is going for the Maxim. There's the first shot of the sniper. Sniper casually sitting in the center, pinging away here at the conscript squad. Ooh, nice Ziskan barrage. Already was quite low health that MG. And Ashablois tried to move out of the arc of the barrage zone, but first hit still kills 2 models. This time the sweeper is near the left VP. Another tripwire flare has been planted. Tripwire flare is of course available on all the conscripts and on all the engineers. We'll shoot a flare in the sky, usually killing a model as well. Oh, grenade going in. Ooh, doesn't get touched. Engineer might be in trouble. Meantime in the center, Faust going in as well. T70 dead here. Painful loss for PFC. So PFC at the moment under a lot of stress, multiple engagement going on there. Couldn't keep the T70 alive. Didn't manage to dodge the wife on it either. Engineer didn't die though, so that's good. But now Ashablois' army is just looking very strong. Mobile infantry, the sniper for continuous bleed, double MG to lock down the map as well. 2-2 for vision. Battle phase 2 coming up here. It's about 60 fuel away, 50 fuel away from P4. And on the other side, PFC already getting the mechanized armor campaign. Of course, giving access to the T-34-85, the Katusha, and the Su-85, and pretty close to T-34-76. That's what I meant to say, not the 85. And looked like PFC went for a commander pick. And more mines keep getting hit. So that's really what PFC is doing very good. Just continuously spamming mines, making sure that manpower bleed is on. And Asha here, instead of tacking up, first decides to get an extra pagan, expecting PFC to have more fuel and having that medium vehicle out. a bit faster. A good push here from PFC. Markson moving forward, grenade gets thrown, snipers forced back to base. Meantime on the left hand side, the engineers with a con going for the left VP. Ooh, LMG grants and heavy cover though, forced back to Maxim. And with the new positioning of the MG, the models often stand in front of the gunner, which means that they are a lot easier killable. Ooh, LMG is gonna open up with the engineer. No, he tried to, but couldn't get the burst up. Engineer gets away. So okay push, but it was a costly one. Oh, and Asha decided against getting the double AT, cancelled it. And it's like, nah, I'm in a good position, I can just go for the P4 instead. That's probably what we're gonna see here. And there is the T-34-76. Finds a lone elite MG. Not able to get any models so far. And the pack gun is already there. Up to Vet 1. Vet 1 of course gives access to target weak point, which stuns the enemy vehicle crew. It's not an ability you see used that much anymore. Back in the day it used to be a lot stronger. And everyone would always instantly click it. And there it is, the Panzer IV. Also on the field now. Ooh, Ziscom Barrage headshotting the sniper there. Needs to get back to base. Sliver of health left. P4 has a good angle there. On the cons. Nice combo. T-34-76 penetrates the P4. And the conscripts follow it up with an 18-8. Forcing away the P4 for now, leaving it crippled. Siskin was moving forward to snipe the 2-2, but it already got spotted. Two MGs versus one. That's not something the Mexican can deal with. VP control, by the way, in favor of PFC still. Always had at least two, very often even three VPs under control. Ashablois halfway down to 250. Oh, Grenadier in the center. Oh, and gets sniped by the engineer model. Good shot there from the T-34 to start it off. And the engineer model snipes it. So minus a Grenadier there. That's the first loss on the side of Asha. PFC of course has already lost the T-70. Hasn't lost any infantry yet. And is now getting the 7-man con upgrade, giving them a squad leader. See, can you see it? There it is, the squad leader. Second pack-in coming up for Asha. Sniper already up to 16 kills. A lot of fighting here in the center of the map, trying to get VP control. Meantime, engineer on the right hand side, mine sweeping, trying to go for the VP on the right. Like every time an MG sets up, there's going to be a Siskin barrage. This MG might go down if the T-34 gets a good shot in. Oh, misses the shot. Now double pack in there, so has to be careful. Light artillery barrage on the retreat path of the Maxim.
The enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
But during all this heavy fighting, PFC once again manages to establish map control.
Enemy has broken our supply lines.
So triple cab at the moment. There's only 230 VPs remaining. Second Ziskin coming up as well, so the P4 and the 222 will have more trouble doing stuff. Well, PFC at the moment in a dominating position. Definitely favored. If you can back this up with like a Katusha, would be huge. I think both players picked the commanders now, so let's go quickly into their perspective and check out the commanders. So we are here in the perspective of Ashablois, and she went for the Panzergruppe commander, which gives access to Panzer tactician, an ability for all vehicles to use smoke for 30 munitions, access to the cargo truck, breakthrough packages, which is something the engineers can get, which gives them access to destroy cover, satchel charge, and also increases their repair speed. What we already saw being used is a light artillery barrage, and last but not least, it gives access to the Tiger Panzerkampfwagen 6. The commander for PFC is the Stalinium commander, also situated around that armor. Gives access to the PMD 6 light anti-tank mines, bunkers and tank traps, armored vehicle detection, repair stations, incendiary artillery barrage, and also the heavy tank of the Soviet, the IS-2. Let's see what's gonna happen in this game. Let's switch back to the standard mode. We might have a bit of frame drops now because I did this. I hope it's not going to be too bad, but let's find out.
Enemy forces are attempting to capture our territory.
Conscript do not have the time to build the sandbag. Already the MG42 is set up again. Snipers shooting away up to 20 kills.
We have 200 points remaining.
It's VET2 now. VET2 gives the improved rate of fire, but more important, improved sighting. So if you put the fog of war on, we can see that the sniper now can basically see till the edge of the range of the unit, which basically means you can operate solo. You can just attack, move forward, and will automatically start shooting. Without the VET2, probably about this bit of the range is covered in fog of war. It makes it a lot harder for the sniper to do things on the mo with only them. They usually need a spotting unit. But with that VET2, the spotting unit is not really required anymore. PFC is getting close to the requirements for the big tank, the IS-2. About 25 fuel away, needs another 1.5 minute of manpower though. So the bleed is hard, especially with the sniper there. Just keeps firing, even though PFC's units are fairly cheap to replace. Bleed is still hard. Pioneer Squad now also upgraded with that support package, making them a little bit more versatile. And another Siskin barrage coming in on the MG. Let's just quickly check this one. They already got 4 infantry kills, which is the same as the engineer. Conscripts are also slowly getting up to that Vet 3. They're taking quite a long time. Haven't really gotten that many good engagements. But now left hand side once again. It's going to the control of PFC and there's only 170 VPs left for Ashablois. And if we look at the base here for PFC, we see that the units are not reinforcing. It's going to use these 3 engineers to prepare the T-34, but this clearly indicates that we're saving up for the big boy, the IS-2, and there it is, coming up on the field. Can of course be upgraded with the Dushka 38 12.7mm heavy machine gun, which can easily tear through some infantry or even take down a plane or two. So let's see how this beast is going to perform. 5 on 8. Taking a huge chunk of health. Doesn't lose too many models. And there's the first shot of the IS-2 and it's a good one. 3 models on the first shot. Very nice. Pack gun was ready. Couldn't penetrate the thick front armor of that gorgeous tank. That probably wants to heal this pack gun up. So a little bit of damage can quickly knock down all the models. It would be a shame to lose the veterancy. IS-2 can definitely go toe to toe with the Tiger. It's the KV-2 that fires HE shells. So the KV-2 might have trouble penetrating, but the IS-2 normally doesn't have trouble penetrating. It looks like PFC just waiting for the manpower to come back to reinforce all the squads. In the meantime, on the side of Asha, we see Battle Phase 3 being tagged as well, which indicates that Ashablois is going for the heavy tank as well, in form of the Tiger. Ooh, IS-2 hits the mine. Might go down here. There's a pack and ready. Light artillery barrage as well to force away the Siskin, which get instantly deleted. Oh, one more shot to kill the IS-2. Where's the P4? P4 is in the back. One pack and an MG got decrewed here as well. So hectic engagement all over. T-34 now back on the field to try and keep the attention away from the wounded IS-2 that's in the back line. Maxim in trouble as well. I think conscript squad went down here. Might lose the Maxim. Oh, P4 gets targeted there. And the conscript was suppressed, so there's still a Siskin in the open that didn't get recruited, and now the pack guns are turning onto the Siskin. Second Siskin also got decrewed. Trying to kill it. I'm not able to, so far. Oh, there we go, first connection. And I hear something rumbling in the distance. And that is the German variant of the heavy tank, and that's of course the Tiger. So it's gonna make short work of those Soviet forces. So both Siskins get destroyed. It's a painful loss here for PFC. Loses a con and 2 Siskins in all the fighting, while Ashablois also losing 2 crew weapons, a Packen and an MG42, but they didn't get destroyed. So there's the easy recrew. And now PFC is quite a bit behind, especially if you look at the army values, 71 to 94. And IS-2 finds the Tiger, penetrates immediately, but the Tiger can also penetrate, and it has pack and support. Oh, and a rear armor shot as well there through the hedge. And this IS-2 might just be in trouble. Is he gonna chase? No, not willing to chase so deep. But it needs some fixie-fixies again. T-34 was not available during this fighting. And I'm curious what we're gonna see. A new AT gun, maybe the Su-85, but it looks like PFC is going for another T-34-76. I'm personally not a fan of this decision. There's still 2 AT guns on the field, so that's gonna be tough. I would say you need something to deal with the Tiger and the P4. And now finally Ashablois has gotten the map control back. Has 2 VPs under control. And PFC is slowly starting to drop a couple VPs. Sniper in the meantime already got 40 kills. And remember, the sniper wasn't built at the first minute. It only came out, when did it come out? At the 10-minute mark, so that's an average of 2 kills per minute. Oh, nice shot from the IS-2. It does pack a punch. Up to 5 kills, almost that one. That one gets that fragmentation shell ability, which can be very devastating versus soft targets. This is the first game in the series, yes. And PFC going for more T-34s here. This sounds to me like some all-in push. Oh, trying to go for the sneak shot. Trying to guess where the 222 is. Probably just shot into the fog of war. Tanks generally don't have the same sight as range. The range is usually further than the sight, so they need the infantry unit to spot. I think we just saw the pack gun shooting at the engineers. Tiger are using the cover of the house here to shoot through it. And once again, telemines at the exact same position. Thought we saw one. Is that 2 here? It's only 1. Kinda tough to spot. This is 1. And there is 1 here somewhere as well. I'm completely blind and can't see it. Oh, there it is. Oh, once again, good shot there from the IS-2. It's doing damage. There's not much happening. I think Ashablois is just sitting still, laying down telemines. Another telemine here. Really going in on the defensive. And in the meantime, we got T-34s waiting for something to happen. What's going on? IS-2 on the left. There's nothing in the center at all. Let's go into this perspective here of Ashablois. Oh, suddenly IS-2 tank on your left side. Gonna face your AT guns. Oh, bounce, 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 bounce. That's 3 bounces. They could have been half health gone, but the IS-2 does have a thick hide. That's good. But Ashablois, no idea what's going on. Has absolutely no vision on the opponent's units. Spots a Maxim now. And if you look at the overall picture, for some reason, like the entire army of PFC is on the right hand side. I mean, they're waiting for a commander to call them and say like go 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 banzai command. Now, I think PFC is gonna go all in. 100 pop cap versus 100 pop cap. Now, this is some funny shit. There's the IS-2. IS-2 immediately hits the teller. 2 T-guns ready there as well. And they're gonna be penetrating. Oh, this IS-2 is in trouble. In the meantime, march of the T-34s. They find the P4. IS-2 goes down. P4 now in huge amount of trouble. T-guns need to find a position, but they are not finding one. They got forced away by the incendiary barrage. Incendiary barrage here, killing the Pioneer. Now the T-34s are on top of the AT. Can he get a couple shots in? No, they only got a couple. They only got 2 shots in. And now it's all down to it is 1 Tiger. And it's getting hunted by a pack of hungry wolves here. First wolf bites the dust, 1 T-34 down. But the rest of the T-34s are missing shots. We see a ram here, a smoke being poked. The ram misses. Rear armor shot misses as well. Another 2 bounces. This Tiger hasn't even taken a scratch to the paint yet. And there we go, finally a shot penetrates. But this feels extremely unlucky here for PFC. Still has 2 tanks remaining. Can he get on the rear armor? Couple good shots now. Will this Tiger make it? No. T-34 misses another shot. And there's only 1 T-34 left. And it bounces again. And down it goes as well. Tiger just racking up 4 vehicle kills right there. 3 T-34s. And they all go down one by one. Ashablois making a new P4. And PFC surrenders. What an interesting end to a very good game. The 100 versus 100 PopCap assault. But yeah. This is, I think, the cat who survived. Definitely a Tiger cat with at least 4 lives. Beat 4 T-34s. Well played there, both players. 1-0 for Ashablois. Let's get into game number 2. I do think in that last engagement the T-34s could have been microed a little better. The attack rounds were probably straight on top of the target. If you do that, you have a big chance of hitting the ground in front of the target. So what you always want to do is attack round beyond the target, so that your shot will at least hit the tank. Also, probably was a ram with the wrong T-34. If you could have gotten a stun off with a different one, then the Tiger would have been in trouble. But we gotta say that there was definitely some RNG involved as well. I mean, I've never had a Tiger who could beat off 4 T-34s at once. So just not connecting those shots is painful. PFC versus Ashablois G2.
So should I press load replay right now?
Yes.
Okay.
We'll do the timing when you're loaded in. Yeah, we saw UKF being played a couple times this tournament, which was a lot of fun. Kimbo also played it very effectively as well.
Alright, I loaded in. I'm at 2 seconds.
Nice, I'll do a countdown.
You're also at 2 seconds?
Yeah, so 3, 2, 1. I am counting 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Spot on.
Okay, brilliant. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into game number 2. Winner of the first game with that ace tiger crew there was Ashablois. Ashablois now playing as the Soviets. And who has to show it in game number 2, Kimbo?
In game number 2, PFC has to show that he knows how to push.
Push.
And not throw with OKW this time.
Well, he's making a Kubel, and Kubel is pretty good for throwing away, right?
Yeah, it depends how you micro it.
Looks like PFC are going for the left-hand side first. No player yet rushing to their respective fuels. So we'll probably see an early engagement on one of the fuels. Ashablois going for conscript after conscript. No double engineer opener, which you see very often versus OKW.
Yeah, in fact, I would say this is a good map for Asha because it's a map that kind of rewards being defensive.
Big open spots, of course, in the center, which can be covered by MGs very effectively, as Asha showed in game number 1.
Yeah, and PFC, as a very aggressive player, has to kind of sweat it up while Asha waits for him to take the action. Which can either be a good thing or can bite him in the ass like the last game.
Income-wise, PFC is gonna take the lead though again in the early game, securing both fuels right now. And Asha is just putting all the men together, blobbing with the conscripts.
Yeah, I noticed when I played versus her, she did this same thing. She likes to blob it up at the beginning of the game. That way she wins some engagements early on. Which is kind of okay, but as you can see, she lost double fuel because of that. Which is not okay.
Yeah, so she's favoring the manpower traits. And,
yeah, I guess.
Manpower versus map. But even though she doesn't have fuel, still has 5 standard points, so, which are all connected. And it's a map with easily reachable cutoffs. Also, the cutoffs are pretty close to each other, so if you manage to push with such a huge force, you can easily get the cutoff what we just see. So one of the two fuels currently is already disconnected. Income difference between Asha and PFC is, well, absolutely almost nothing. Stern Pioneer, they're getting a little too close to the conscripts, immediately losing 2 models.
Very interesting stuff, 4 cons together. Now with the Flamer though, I think she's gonna be able to push and break through. Just needs to merge that.
No merging required, didn't even lose a model yet. Already up to 3 kills.
Oh, that's a badly clamped vault. It
Oh.
does so much damage from the flamer. Should have spread that out.
And a full retreat here from PFC. Only the Kubel holding ground, but not a lot of health on that one. And nades are already tagged, so it's probably gonna go down here. So we see a Ura. No. Oh, might go down still to the small lance fire. And boom. Turns out it was a Kubel for throwing.
That's a really rough start for PFC. He's 20 fuel away from Lux and, well, doesn't have any map control.
By the way, this is also like the first tournament in forever where I've seen multiple Lux being built.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with that.
It's getting popular again. Even in auto match, I'm finding more Luxes as well. While, yeah, for so long it was just always just straight for the flag half track.
I guess it's okay-ish, but I wouldn't recommend it versus Soviet necessarily. No, at least not in my style of play, because I'm not so like. I think PFC is even more aggressive than me, so he can maybe use it like to get some vibes. But I like to play it a bit safer because with double Ziskan it's really hard to find the openings with Daiju because like Lux.
Exactly, and it also sets you way back for that heavy vehicle later on.
Good engagement for the Sturms, I think. I think the cons are like on this range where Sturms would do a lot of damage. And yeah, they do. This one is better though. Cons will now do more damage, I think.
Yeah, it's probably a good time to run away and save the manpower.
Yeah, I mean he got the back both fuels, so that's good. That's really good. Definitely make it work. It just needs to, I think, keep the aggression on.
Let's see if there's already a commander picked.
But STG vault behind heavy cover is so good. It's gonna do so much work.
It needs to do a lot of work because there's a huge chunk of the army coming. 3 conscripts. One of them gonna close the distance, throw a Molotov. And still, even though you said it was gonna do good, the manpower trade is in favor of Asha. Only losing 2 models versus 3 Volks models.
Yeah, but it also stopped 3 cons for like additional 20 seconds as opposed to not having cover. Like, you know, delays the units to come, like, the fuel is gonna be cut like 20 seconds later.
So also the favorable locking down squads is very important in the game chat, you hear it?
Time window for Lux before the Ziskan is out. Can do a lot of damage.
Would you go Ziskan here or would you just get the D70?
Yeah, I think Ziskan because I'm not really afraid of the infantry at this point.
Okay. You don't feel like the D70 is good enough to keep the Lux at bay?
No, because long range with rocket and support is not gonna do well. It's not that reliable. That's just
I mean, Lux doing quite a bit of damage here, but not many kills.
Yeah, looks like Lux is doing work.
I think PFC needs to start spending some of that manpower. Floating a bit, only getting 4 squads out still.
Yeah, I got like S-mines on the right, right VPH is really good. Because Asha doesn't have a sweeper.
Ooh, that means we might see Fallschirmjägers, if I'm not mistaken. Let's quickly check the HUD. Pause the game for a second here, Kimbo.
I paused it.
And let's take a look. It's the Luftwaffe squadron that PFC has selected, giving access to heavy fortifications, so tank traps, S minefields, flag emplacements, trenches, Stuka smoke reconnaissance, the Fallschirmjäger at 4 CPs, at 8 CPs, the Flakpanzer Ostwind gets unlocked, and the 105mm howitzer barrage as a call-in artillery strike. Let's see if Ashablois has already selected a commander. No commander selection yet, so still has 3 options available.
Most likely gonna go for IS-2. She, I think, goes for a heavy tank every single like time when she plays Soviets or Austere.
Okay, so big fan of the heavy tanks, it seems.
Yeah, like the double AT gun into heavy tank is the style.
Alright,
Fallschirmjägers are, I'm not sure if it's a good choice. I don't think they're that good. I would just prefer to go for Obers if I was, or JLIs rather than if I was PFC.
Yeah, but if you go mechanized, you're gonna get your Obers super late, and at the moment, there's not many infantry squads on the field.
True. I'm at 914.
Alright, I'm gonna count up. So 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17.
I got it.
Ooh, Siskin misses the attack round here. But his engineer's in trouble, is gonna go down. Drops the flamethrower though. Nice pickup for the cons.
It's the same scenario as the first game. PFC is really doing a great job in the early game, but yeah, so early game is really strong from PFC against Asha. Second time.
Aufgepasst! Check equipment. Battle rifle sights to medium range. Final check. Make sure battle rifles are on repetition. No automatic fire. Achtung! Ready yourself.
Asha's not really bothered to go for the fuel with the conscript, for example, but since the Lux is there, she just doesn't want to like bleed, I guess, or anything. So
Oh, there's the T-70 though to help out. Fallschirmjägers, by the way, have been deployed. Let's see how well they're gonna do here.
PFC is pushing, but there's a mine between the Volk and the Fallschirmjäger is gonna hit it. This guy is in position. He's gonna hit the Lux. Yeah, there's a lot of mine from Asha, and doesn't look like PFC is sweeping before the pushes. It's not great, and I'm afraid that it's gonna be really hard for PFC to break Asha at this point. Especially with the mines.
Yeah, we saw it in game 1 as well, with the Stalin tank, the IS-2 hitting mines twice. Really painful.
Yeah, that's definitely the issue.
And more Fallschirmjägers being dropped. That might be costly in terms of manpower.
PFC looks a little bit clueless here. Looks like he would like to kill that T-70, but then again he knows the system is there. Really needs something, some pickup at this point, because his army composition is like kind of short-term based. another mine near the infantry of PFC.
Oh yeah,
Dancing
see
around
it. Ooh, misses it.
There are like 2 mines on the like near the infantry.
With the Maxim suppressing everything, one Volk's getting close to throw a grenade, but might have a tough retreat path with all those mines.
It's a good push, but there's not much stuff dying, so it's not really a good push.
Map control for manpower at the moment.
Yeah, it's like a good effort, but not a good result.
And I guess this is also where you got that painful OKW situation. You can only really afford one engineer. It has to do mine sweeping. You got 2 light vehicles out who have to be repaired. Reason why PFC are also going for those repair pioneers.
Yeah, I think at this point, I think he needs a Stuka because it's not really doing well in any in like infantry battles and even vehicle battles because of the Zis guns. So I think he needs some indirect, even if at the cost of delaying his tier 4, because just looks really grim with all the heavy infantry built from Asha, just like 4 conscripts maximum into Zis guns.
Yeah, so really needs to get something that can do those wiping blows. I mean, even the Fallschirmjägers are just getting burned to death by that conscript who picked up the flamethrower. Lucky pickup there.
Yeah, at the right side, on the right side, the Fallschirm
Oh,
is
there's a
also
mine.
managed.
One more shot from the
Okay.
T-70 here. Oof. A lucky Fallschirmjäger.
Are we at the same time? Are we? What's your time?
50, 51, 52, 3, 54,
Keep counting.
8, 9, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
Keep counting.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
Alright, now you're good.
Now we're good. Yeah, I think I'm just keep lagging a little bit ever since I switched that observer HUD toggle. It's just these micro lags.
Yeah, probably that's what's happening.
It's unfortunate. Puma once again trying to hunt down the T-70, but the screen of Asha is perfect. Always a con nearby.
PFC doesn't have many mines of his own. Not really bothered to plant any. He's sweeping though. A little bit. I think he's a little bit stressed. I think he like knows that he has to do something, but he also cannot do
Yes.
something.
Puma finally finding the T-70, but there's double Zis to support, so there's no going into it. Fallschirmjäger's trying to get close to the engineer, but take a huge amount of damage getting there. Meantime, the Lux is only up to 9 kills, the 70 already 7, so that's always a vehicle that doesn't really pay for itself, in my opinion.
He went for the Schwerer. Don't really agree with that. I think even a P4 is gonna have a hard time versus these guns.
I mean, you can go all in and not upgrade it and get the quick Ostwind out. But that leaves you without any anti-tank power.
Yeah, it's very risky. But PFC plays risky, I mean, that's his style, so we'll see.
He was definitely thinking about it. I just saw him upgrading, cancelling the upgrade, but he's upgrading again, so it's not risking it.
This guy's gonna get pushed. He's gonna be able to do at least one, probably not. Yeah, he cannot do anything with it.
I mean, there's still mines at the 70s there to support, so enough to scare PFC backwards again. At least Fallschirmjägers are now getting their FG42 upgrades. And double Maxim as well, so really locking down the map.
Yeah, this just begs for us to spank this build.
One wiper volley.
Enemy forces are attempting to capture our territory. Under fire. Okay, that's the last one.
So many mines. He's not even gonna. If he was to sweep it, it would take him like 2 minutes just walking and sweeping. It's just not. He cannot do it.
Power of the Soviets is in the mines.
Fresh meat has arrived. The enemy is encroaching on our territory. Enemy contact! We are taking losses! We built it as ordered.
See if the looks can do much here, but yeah, it's getting a couple kills up to Vet 2. Greater accuracy and rate of fire.
Yeah, PFC is choking on Asha's Maxims.
Also very hard for PFC to use cover, because there's 2 flamers on the field still. Siskin, can it find another shot? No. Looks only takes 1. What do you do here as Ashablois? Are you going T-34s or are you just going straight for the big tank?
As Ashablois, I'd probably go for well, whatever. Like T-34s, Katyusha eyes to everything will be good at this point. It's just that, yeah, like the base composition is so good that anything can complement it well.
Yeah. So many mines, like even there's already so many defenses if you would go whiskey with a Katyusha or something. It's not a unit that can just push in. So we'll most likely hit on the mine. Right, double Fallschirmjäger push on the left side. Oh no, there's only one. This postponement in time. The Sturmpony only being used to spot the mines, while the Lux is accompanying to sweep all the mines, detonating them with a little bit of attack. Ground here, another 2 mines being found.
Yeah, it still takes like 2 minutes to sweep like half of these.
Yeah, and there's so many left. And the T-70 had enough of it. Gonna go forward. Scared off the sweeper. Stop touching my mines. Alright, P4. P4 up versus 4 cons and 2 Ziskins. Isn't gonna do well. Oh, Mai just hits a mine straight away. I think she spotted this mine as well with the, or at least one of these 2 mines actually. 2 mines there, just directly behind each other.
They're put nicely. I don't think one detonates the other, so if he keeps driving forward, he's gonna hit 2 mines in a row basically.
Ooh, getting ever closer. and goes backwards. That must be so annoying if you're like Ashablois and you see that P4 just 1 meter away.
We might also be aware that the possibility of mines being there, so he just doesn't. He stops.
I mean, I have to really agree with you. Like, the positioning of Asha's army really begs for a Stuka barrage.
Yeah.
Double
So then-
Sisguns with the MG all at the same spot. I mean,
And right now it's kind of too late because if you now build a Stuka, the IS-2 is gonna come. So next time and everything. And P4 didn't do anything. So it was better to just go for the Stuka.
would have been out a lot earlier as well. Probably could have gotten at least 3 or 4 barrages in.
Yeah. Good.
And now the P4s once again close to the mines. Such a tense moment. Oh, but there are the Sisguns. Find the rear armor. Can the cons finish it off with an 18-8? They do find 18-8. Sisguns, however, do not connect.
And the IS-2 is on the field now.
Yeah, IS-2 on the field. Let's look at it. No voice. Yeah, for the people that are wondering why it is so laggy, I used the observer HUD toggle, and for some reason, when I switch back after using it, makes the game quite laggy. Now, going in for the T-70, but sees a bigger tank. Decides to go backwards, and just look at the manpower bleed here on the side of PFC. Not really getting much done at the moment. Now, Ashablois coming full force, Sisguns moving forward, T-70 is there, IS-2 is here. And can PFC hold this push somewhere?
There's no way he's gonna hold it. If Asha goes forward, she can just destroy the Schwer. I mean, he needs to be careful of the Puma blocking the IS-2 from behind, but even if, I'm not sure that would be enough.
I mean, there's not a lot of fatigue, and so any tank that would be trying to penetrate it would probably be taken out by the Sisguns.
Good positioning by Asha. Time's running out for PFC. I mean, he can, I guess, try to get a Stuka now, but then how is he gonna counter the IS-2? So he needs a Panther, but
I would say that the Jagd Panzer is probably better. I think the Panther just gets hit a bit too much by the Sisguns. At least the Jagd Panzer, they have the tendency to miss it. And it comes out earlier.
Both, it's fine.
Oh. This P4 is in trouble. Surprise. Boom. Down goes the P4, and now PFC is in an even bigger world of trouble than he already was.
I just thought for a second he's about to do a suicide push, but he still keeps his nerves.
Rebuilding the P4. Alright, one Raketen in position. Shoot at IS-2. No snare yet though, unfortunately. Snare going in. Oh, the snare was never clicked on. IS-2 is just gonna roll backwards. Meantime, the Sisguns are opening up on the light vehicles.
one full health Volk unnecessarily retreated from the combat. It shows a little bit of nervousness.
Vladimir going down as well. And the IS-2 and T-70 are still just on the field doing damage. It's not even enough manpower to reinforce squads at the moment.
You know what I like? I like that PFC it keeps trying. I like that. I respect that a lot.
Yeah, he's more like Van Ivan, never surrender.
Yeah, I mean he will surrender, but only when he loses like most of his army.
That's not something Van Ivan does. Van Ivan's just gonna sit
Yeah.
in base, make an AT gun, make an MG, like, yeah. Might get a comeback. I mean, maybe if the Raketen gets a whole bunch of veterancy, can start penetrating. Oh, Puma going deep, but there's mines here, and he's gonna hit one immediately. Wanted to go for the rear of the IS-2. It's probably gonna go down now. The 17 trying to get a shot in. Doesn't connect. But the 18-8 will finish it off. Looks marching forward.
He's
P4.
pulling back the Zizgas like he's afraid of he's gonna do something with like 1 minute.
Lux goes down as well, and now the P4. I mean, it can only go backwards, and there's these 2 mines waiting there as well. Can he miss them? I just think he will miss them. But GG's out anyway. Yeah, interesting build from PFC, but couldn't really get it going, right?
Yeah, I think in the middle game, the choice of just putting the Schwer instead of getting a Stuka was crucial